The first step is cultivate mental fortitude. I love that word, fortitude.
Fortitude.
It's a
Fort around your
your tude. It's a very
tooth.
strong one. So,
Yeah.
one, a good path to doing that, doing any of this other stuff too, like becoming self-aware and things like that, is
hmm
to journal, like write things down. I don't know. Do you do any journaling or anything?
Yeah, I've started writing down all my workouts, training.
Really? I know I've noticed you've been carrying
Yeah,
you got like a big black book you carry around.
yeah. I started doing that. I got it from Thomas.
Mm.
I had done some of that back in the day, but then I kind of got away from it. But it's cool to go back and just look, you know.
Yeah, he has 3 or 4 of those that he's filled up, and he
Yeah,
kinda, like, after he does something, he writes down what he did and then how he feels about it.
that and it's cool to like, if an injury or whatever, you're like, yeah, dealing with this, so I modified this way. You go
Right.
back and look at that, you're like, wow, okay,
He's done a lot of
I
shit.
kept going, I
Yeah,
kept going.
yeah. It's
So
important.
yeah, I've been doing that, and then I've done some other journaling in the past, um, just to write down kind of mental state, what's
Mm,
going on, and what I
solid.
did. So sometimes you write stuff down, like you're you're thinking negative thoughts or whatever like that, and you read it again. You're like,
How did I get there?
how did I get there? Wow, that's pretty deep. That's pretty dark.
It can be.
And then it also looks kind of silly if you write. You're like,
Well,
that is not
that's how you
me.
learn from it.
That is not me. That is not what it really. Had a bad day.
So you write down negative thoughts?
I do that sometimes. Yeah, yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's helpful to get it out. It's kind of like writing that letter to somebody that you never send.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I think we've talked about that a
We
lot.
have.
Yeah,
It's a good exercise. It kinda, like, gets it out of your system.
yeah. It does because, yeah, it gets it out of your head, so
Mhm.
I tend to I was actually just talking to somebody about this yesterday. I tend to obsess over interactions with people,
Mm.
kinda like I should have done this better, or I should have said this, or
Yeah.
next time I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I tend to obsess over that.
Mhm.
Writing it down helps me get past it.
Mhm.
Like when I write it down, I just forget. Um, so yeah, write down your
Yeah.
negative thoughts. I think that might seem not like a good idea, I think at first, but I think if you really investigate it, I think it is a good idea
It can be scary.
to get that negative shit out of
Yeah.
your head.
To write it down to see that.
Because it's a lot better to get it just out of your head than it maybe is to say to the other
Yeah.
person.
I would say in all my years of therapy, that's, like, one of the first things they tell you to do. Like, just write everything
Right.
down.
It is kind of a therapy 101 thing. Just
I
write stuff down.
I've also done this, like, before bedtime. If I have, like, a lot going on, like, I'm
Mm,
just overwhelmed and I got, like, a couple big speeches or, like, project I'm working on, and whether it's, like, a to-do or
mm.
just general feelings before bed, like, I have, like, literally a notepad and a pen, and I'm like, "Just write it out," whatever that is. Kinda helps me sleep better at night.
That's cool.
Just to kinda, like, get it out on
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, and that's kind of the magic potion, is getting the actual sleep,
That's very important
that I've
because
found as I've gotten older.
all these negative thoughts tend to get worse without
Yeah, they
sleep.
keep you up, man.
They do.
I
They
was
do.
I got up at like 2:30 the other morning and just couldn't get back to sleep.
Ugh,
Just like
going
spinning on
on?
a project work and
Ugh, thinking about everything.
ugh, yeah.
Yeah.